Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to explore some really profound sources and pull out key insights for living a life with more purpose, more meaning.
Yeah, and today we've got quite a mix. We're looking at thinkers like Tolstoy, Marcus Aurelius, Thomas Saz, even George R. R. Martin.
Right? A diverse group. And our goal is to kind of weave their ideas together, see if we can find a coherent vision for, well, for living better.
And some clear themes definitely emerged from the reading, didn't they? Things like compassion, justice.
Productivity, growth, and ultimately thinking about legacy, too.
Exactly. It's quite a range.
Okay, let's unpack this. So maybe the best place to start is compassion. It feels foundational.
It does?
And Leo Tolstoy has this really striking, maybe even a bit unsettling comparison. He says, the feeling of compassion for other living beings reminds me of the feeling of pain in our body. Just as you can become less sensitive to pain in your body with time, you can become less compassionate to others.
Wow. That hits hard, doesn't it? It implies compassion isn't just something you have. It's something you need to actively cultivate, like exercising a muscle. It can atrophy.
So it's a capacity, not a fixed trait.
Precisely. And, this connects to some very old wisdom, too. There's a Chinese saying,
Oh, yeah.
the first condition to bringing religion into your life is manifesting love and pity toward all living creatures. It puts compassion right at the center.
A cornerstone, really, not just a nice to have.
Exactly. A spiritual necessity, almost.
And Arthur Schopenhauer takes this idea and, well, he links it very directly to character, especially regarding animals.
Yeah, he's quite blunt about it.
He says compassion for animals is closely connected with character type. You can say with confidence that he who is cruel to animals cannot be a kind man.
No gray area there. It's a strong stance.
It really is. And then Mikhail Goldstein pushes it even further, making us look at, well, everyday choices.
Okay.
He says, every murder is terrible. But most terrible is the murder in which you want to eat the creature you have killed when you kill for the satisfaction of your stomach.
Oof. That forces you to confront things, doesn't it? Things we maybe prefer not to think about too much.
Definitely makes you examine those choices we might just take for granted.
Yeah. And, Tolstoy, again, offers some very practical, hands-on advice here. It's not just philosophical.
How so?
He says, when the stuttering of another creature causes you to feel pain, do not submit to the initial desire to flee.
Right, that instinct to look away.
Exactly. But on the contrary, come closer, as close as you can to him who suffers, and try to help him.
So lean into the discomfort rather than avoiding it.
That's the core of it. See that discomfort as a signal, a call to action, not something to run from. Overcome it for a greater good.
That makes sense. So starting with this personal foundation of compassion, how does that scale up? How does it connect to, say, justice in society? Well, Marcus Aurelius gives us a fascinating, almost cosmic perspective on justice in his Meditations.
Oh, the Stoics, always profound.
Right. He says, the unjust person acts against the gods.
Against the gods. Wow.
Yeah. For insofar as the nature of the universe made rational creatures for the sake of each other, with an eye toward mutual benefit, based on true value and never for harm.
Okay, so there's an inherent purpose.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Anyone breaking nature's will obviously acts against the oldest of gods.
So injustice isn't just breaking a human rule, it's going against the fundamental order of things, against nature itself.
Yeah, it connects individual actions to this bigger cosmic framework of mutual benefit.
That's a powerful way to think about it. It elevates justice beyond just, laws and courts.
And you feel that deep down, right?
Yeah.
The Daily Stoic piece points this out. Our sense of justice goes marrow deep.
You see it everywhere.
Like, we don't like it when people cut in line. We don't like freeloaders.
Definitely.
We pass laws that protect the defenseless, and we pay our taxes, agreeing, in part, to redistribute our wealth. It's instinctive.
It really is. But what's
Yeah.
fascinating here, and the same source acknowledges this, there's a contradiction, isn't there?
How do you mean?
Well, it says, at the same time, if we think we can get away with it, we might try to cheat or bend the rules.
Ah, right. The temptation is there.
Yeah. So we have this deep sense of fairness, but also this pull towards self-interest, even if it means cutting corners.
It's like that Bill Walsh paraphrase, something about how left to our own devices,
Many of us individuals seek lower ground, like
Yeah.
water. Yeah,
we can drift towards the easier, maybe less ethical path, even if we know better.
exactly. So the solution that's kind of hinted at drawing on Lincoln's idea of our better angel,
Mhm.
is that we need to actively support our natural inclination to justice with strong boundaries and strong commitments.
So it's not enough just to feel that justice is right.
No. We need systems. We need habits, rules, consequences,
Hmm.
things that help us act on our better impulses and resist selfish ones, both
Yeah.
personal and societal structures.
Okay, that makes sense. Building guardrails for ourselves.
Pretty much.
Here's where it gets really interesting. How do we juggle this moral framework, this striving for justice and compassion, with just getting things done day to day? The drive for productivity. Thomas Says offers this really sharp distinction. He says, boredom is the feeling that everything is a waste of time. Serenity, that nothing is.
Wow. Just sit with that for a second. Boredom versus serenity.
It's huge, isn't it? The difference feels profound.
It really challenges that whole busy equals important idea.
Yeah, the cult of busyness.
Right. Maybe true productivity isn't about frantic activity at all. Maybe it comes from a place of, well, serenity, purposeful engagement where even small things don't feel like a waste.
It's not just about what you do, but the state of mind you bring to it, finding value in the moment.
Exactly. It shifts the focus inward. Productivity flowing from presence, not pressure.
And William Osler gives some very practical advice on how to actually do that, how to navigate the day.
Okay.
He advises, think not of the amount to be accomplished, the difficulties to be overcome, or the end to be attained.
So don't get overwhelmed by the big picture.
Right. But set earnestly at the little task at your elbow, letting that be sufficient for the day.
Ah, I like that. Focus on the immediate, the tangible.
Yeah, it feels very grounded.
It really does. It's like that ancient wisdom about being present, but applied directly to how we work. Take care of the small thing right in front of you with full attention.
And let that be enough. Find serenity in that.
Yes. And action flows from that place of calm, not anxiety about the future.
And this idea of focusing on the little task, the immediate thing, that seems like a perfect lead into thinking about growth, doesn't it?
Yeah, because growth often happens incrementally. Richard Feynman, the physicist, had a great insight about discovery. He said, you're unlikely to discover something new without a lot of practice on old stuff.
Oh, that's brilliant. It applies way beyond science, though.
Totally. Character development, learning any skill.
You have to master the fundamentals. You
Huh.
build on that foundation through, well, lots of practice on the old stuff. There's no shortcut to deep understanding or real change. It's about respecting the process.
Exactly. Which ties into what Dan John says, more is not better. Better is better.
Right. It's not about quantity, it's about quality, steady improvement.
Focusing on getting better at the core things rather than just adding more complexity or trying for some huge leap forward. Patience and quality.
And this patient approach, this focus on inner quality, it connects interestingly with Mark Twain's view on experience, or maybe age.
How so?
I said, age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter.
Huh. Classic Twain. But there's depth there, isn't there?
Yeah. What do you think he means?
Well, I think it suggests our mindset, our mental approach to things like growth, like aging, like facing challenges is what really shapes our experience.
More than the external facts.
Maybe. If you approach the old stuff, the passage of time, the need for practice, with the right mindset, curiosity, openness, it doesn't have to be a limitation. It keeps yielding insights. Your attitude creates your reality in a way.
Mind over matter. Interesting. So we've talked about personal growth, mindset. What about expanding our understanding outwards? Learning about the wider world. There's that amazing quote from George R.R. Martin. It's really powerful.
Oh, I think I know the one you mean, about reading.
That's it. A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies.
Mm-hmm.
The man who never reads lives only one.
It's such a compelling image, and it suggests reading isn't just entertainment.
No, it's more fundamental.
It's almost a form of, like, moral practice, a way to expand empathy far beyond your own direct experience.
How so? A moral practice.
Well, each story, each perspective you encounter, it's like you're running a simulation. You get to experience different struggles, different viewpoints, different ways of being human.
Without the real-world consequences.
Exactly. It builds your capacity to understand people who are vastly different from you. It cultivates empathy, maybe even compassion, by letting you inhabit those 1,000 lives.
So literature becomes a tool for expanding our understanding of the human condition itself.
I think so, yeah. It connects back to compassion and justice. The more lives you've lived through reading, the better equipped you might be to understand and act justly towards others.
That's a great connection. Okay, so we've traced these threads, Compassion, justice, being present, patient growth, expanding our experience. Where does it all lead? What's the call to action? Les Brown puts it very directly, doesn't he? A real challenge.
Yeah, it's quite motivating.
He asks us to live a life that will outlive you. Live a life that counts, that makes a contribution to humankind.
It shifts the focus from just personal improvement to impact.
Right. And then he brings it right down to the present moment. Today, what is it I can do to touch and impact others' lives?
It's a powerful framing. It suggests that all this inner work, cultivating compassion, seeking justice, growing patiently, isn't just for our own benefit.
It serves a larger purpose.
Exactly. It equips us to make that contribution, to live that life that counts. Our individual development fuels collective benefit.
And that question, what can I do today, makes it incredibly practical.
Yes, it's the perfect bridge. It takes all the wisdom we've been discussing, compassion, justice, presence, growth, and channels it into concrete daily action aimed at benefiting others. It grounds everything.
So what does this all mean? When we step back and look at all these different voices, what really strikes me is the consistency. Across different eras, different backgrounds, there's this remarkable coherence.
Absolutely. They aren't really offering conflicting paths. It feels more like different facets of the same gem, doesn't it?
Yeah, an integrated approach to a meaningful life.
And you can see how they reinforce each other. Like the person who cultivates compassion
Is naturally going to act with more justice.
right. And the person who focuses on those small daily improvements, that patient practice.
They develop the character needed to make those bigger contributions Les Brown talks about.
Exactly. And the reader, the one living the 1,000 lives,
Develops the empathy that fuels genuine compassion. It all connects.
even finding serenity in the present moment instead of boredom. That creates the foundation, the inner peace needed for both personal well-being and effective, productive action in the world.
It's all interwoven.
And maybe the deepest insight is that this isn't just a solo journey. Remember what Aurelius said?
Being made for each other.
Yeah. The nature of the universe made rational creatures for the sake of each other. Our growth, our virtue. It finds its ultimate meaning in how we relate to and contribute to others.
So personal fulfillment and collective good aren't separate goals.
They seem deeply intertwined. By becoming better individuals, we contribute to a better whole.
Which brings us right back to that final, very practical, very challenging question from Les Brown.
The one to really sit with.
Today, what is it I can do to touch and impact others' lives? That's the question for all of us, really.
A powerful place to end.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.